Ay serenai nemere sayette tu sayado Ados tu cor ingrato chiudi spiette famene un po' Adolo fuoco coce ma si fuie e lascia sta E non te corri appresso non te struie sulla guarda Yamma yamma in coppa yamma ya Yamma yamma in coppa yamma ya Culi 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 cula culi 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 cula Coppa yamma ya Culi 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 cula Se ne saluta la capodia E chiutta poi tornate poi venuta sta sempre qua La capa botta botta torna attorno a te Lo cuore canta sempre noi da tuorno sposammo lei Yamma, yamma, in coppa yamma ya Yamma, yamma, in coppa yamma ya Culi, culi, funicula, funiculi, funicula In coppa yamma ya Culi, culi, funicula Yamma, yamma, in coppa yamma ya Yamma, yamma, in coppa yamma ya Culi, culi, funicula, funiculi, funicula In coppa yamma ya Culi, culi, funicula Funicula, funiculi, funicula, coppa yamma ya, funiculi, funicula.
And we are live. Let me just check the chat. Everybody can hear. I know last time I did this, I did the opening of the book when I first got it, and I didn't have the audio on, and nobody could hear me. And then I didn't even notice, and I just burned through me talking about the book and ripping it open, and then it was a 5-minute real fast thing, and they're like, hey, yeah, you didn't have the audio on. I was like, alright, yep, we got the thumbs up. We are good to go. Joey, it's a pleasure, my man. Oh yeah, I got a monster right here ready to go. Perfect. Yeah, my kids. Oh, thanks for jumping in. Oh, they said they can't hear you. Oh no. Okay. Let me. How do I figure that out? So audio input. Oh my God. See, I knew something was gonna happen. Audio output capture. Let's try desktop audio. Audio output capture. Sure. Default. Oh, you know what? I bet you. Watch. They're gonna hear you now. How's that? Can you hear him, Joe?
How you doing? Hello, everybody.
Did I figure it out? Waiting on the chat. There's a huge delay between us and Facebook.
All right.
So. Yep, they got you. All right.
Yeah, all right, everybody. It's party time. Happy Saturday.
It is the raviolis for Randy.
Here he is. All praise, Lord Randy. There he is.
Oh yeah, that's an original right there.
Beautiful. LJN. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
We pray to him every day in my house.
So, Joey, you did some things You got games out. You got adventures out. We got Darkest Dice.
Darkest Dice.
We got Ninja City.
Yeah.
I don't have the new one. I didn't know. They just told me about your latest one.
It's kind of a secret, man. I had a great time doing the Kickstarters and all that, but as you know, that's like a full-time job
Oh,
in
absolutely.
itself. So I kind of just, and we were talking about this a little bit before the show, like doing your own layout. Tried to just do a project where I could be as independent as possible. So I came up with this called WHPA Fairhaven. So Weird Heroes of Public Access.
Awesome.
Role-playing game. So it's real DIY. Although I did have it done, I had printed by Mixam, but it was just a chance to kind of hone my skills a little bit of how to lay out a zine and do a little bit of my own art and layout and stuff like that. But I don't have Facebook, and if you don't have Facebook, you don't do a Kickstarter. It's kind of hard to get stuff out there now. It's not like catalogs. You don't look in the back of a magazine anymore. So I just did it solely on Instagram, and I've had a great time with it. It's an ongoing project. So basically, when you order WHPA, you get the book, but every month I send you something in the mail, snail mail. I really wanted to make this an analog project. There's something about having something in your hand, and it's like having a pen pal.
Right.
So like every month you'll get an envelope. Let me show you. You're getting a whole bunch. You're getting all the previous months in one package.
Man.
So you're gonna really figure out the town of Fairhaven pretty well. But so like a couple months ago, November's mailing, you get a little adventure in a fold-out pamphlet. This one's called Fountain of the Serpent Cult, and it has to do with the local mall. So you also get a postcard,
Oh,
like
wow.
an invitation to the fountain dedication.
Ha!
A lot of this, it all takes place 70s, 80s. The time's not mentioned, but you'll see, the Orange Julius and the Radio Shack and all that.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, you got an obituary for this poor son of a gun, Sherman Glimp, and you get a beautiful little prayer card.
Oh, perfect.
But on the back of the prayer card, there's a crypto quote that you have to solve, and it gives you adventure ideas. So basically, I'm sending you adventure hooks in the mail. You get a little tchotchke with it every month too. Then you get your monthly newsletters from the Fairhaven Library.
Oh, that's
Tells
amazing.
you what's going on around town with some ideas for hooks. You get to know some of the people around town. And on the back is a message from the station manager that tells you stats for creatures. It's basically like you're a public access. You and your friends are public access hosts. So that's your kind of race/class. Do you host a supernatural show? Do you host the jazzercise show? And from that, you build your character and you have special skills. And then you go out and you solve supernatural's goings-ons in your neighborhood, like Kolchak or the X-Files and stuff like that. So it's a fun little project. I kind of keep it, I wouldn't say secret, but you got to look for it a little bit. It makes the little bit of a mystery. It makes it fun.
Yeah, so I kind of did see it like a little bit ago, and then but there's so much going on. It didn't even register. And then actually Joe Martin, he's in my streaming chat. Like I got a bunch of dudes, and he told me he got me on it. He's like, hey, there's that does that public access one. And that's when I was like, yep, I'm gonna message him right away about that because that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's fun. It keeps me busy. It gives me, like, when you can't game or when you can't go out in the public, anything going on, it's neat. I have my kids helping me fold the new, you go to Staples and you make the copies, and I have my kids folding them in the basement, and, every one we put the label on, so you get to know all these names. But there's only 99 copies, and which was a good thing because the more people I get, the more I got to buy stamps every month. So
yeah,
this is
that's true.
It's a labor of love, and I'm getting some good feedback from people. People are having fun, so it's a fun project.
Yeah, it sounds incredible. So, the big question, right? Ninja City. You got Ninja City. So, what is the best ninja movie of all time? in
mean,
in
So
Joey.
I'll tell you
Yeah.
the one that had the biggest impact on me, and it's not necessarily Ninja, but it was The Last Dragon.
Okay. Yep.
Let me say this: the one that planted the seed for all that was Ninja was American Ninja. I think I was like my parents were having a party, and like one of my crazy uncles put it on. You know, it's like when one of the first video stores opened up in town, and he came in with the tape. He's like, "Oh, you got to check this out." But then, I was like 4, so my mom turned it off because there was some crazy scene or something. And I'm like, I gotta know more about this.
Yeah.
And then at the time, as you know, probably growing up around the same time I did, everywhere you looked, there was Ninja. Like,
Yeah.
even if you never saw a Ninja movie as a kid, you knew Ninja, like Ninja pajamas. And, there was Ninja magazines everywhere you went. And of course, Storm Shadow and all those figures and all that.
Yes. Yeah.
My favorite one, because then as I was doing Ninja City, I dug really, really deep into all the iconic Ninja films. But man, if I had to just sit down and relax on a Saturday afternoon with a slice of pizza and orange soda and watch a Ninja movie, Ninja 3.
Oh,
It just has everything. The supernatural, the weird stuff, the girl on the telephone pole. It's just weird. I love it.
I had a feeling you were gonna say Ninja 3.
Yeah, I come across as a Ninja 3 guy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Enter the Ninja for me, like Revenge of the Ninja, like
Yeah.
but like Ninja 3 is interesting because Sho Kosugi takes like a back seat to the chick in it, and it adds all that supernatural element. But it's still cool because he's got an eye patch. Like
Anything with an eye patch, cool. It's the best. You put an eye patch on something, I'll buy it. Take my money.
absolutely. Yeah, and like Ninja Turtles was huge.
Yeah. Yep. I remember. Must have been 3rd grade. As soon as that came out, art class was changed forever.
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
was drawing turtles. That's all we did. We read the whole school ran out of green crayons that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a fun time.
I mean, even like the turtles themselves, ninjas, and then the Foot Clan is like they're cool looking ninjas too. So you got like
Shredder. Look at
Oh,
Shredder,
yeah.
man, with the blades, the mask. Anybody has same thing. Like it all comes back to action figures and cartoons for me as a kid. But any villain with a mask and blades on hands, I'm sold.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it was just,
even
that was like that's when it just went into another dimension when the Turtles came out.
yeah, like let's see. I'm just looking at the chat. Still mad at my mother for throwing out my flea market ninja stars. Kurt said. Joe Martin said best answer. Love Ninja 3. Big Revenge of the Ninja fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like the pinnacle. Those are the pinnacle. Like that's like god tier ninja movies. And then like you got like American Ninja, Michael Dudikoff movies.
Dudikoff.
Yeah.
What a great name.
Oh, absolutely. I remember it still to this day.
Yeah.
Like
Dudikoff.
Dudikoff.
That was just made. That's a name made for Hollywood. What else are you gonna do when your last name's Dudikoff?
Yeah, you're gonna be an American Ninja for the rest of your life.
American Ninja.
And then like you're saying, Last Dragon too. I mean, you got like the Shogun of Harlem, right? Like Sho'nuff, Blues,
breakdance and everything.
Oh,
That encapsulated everything that I thought was cool as a kid. That's
Absolutely.
everything we strive to be.
Oh, it's to this day.
And it is still to this day. I mean, point in case, I went to the mall today. I took my son to the mall because he wanted Ninja Stars. And one of the last places remaining in the mall is the Ninja Sword Shop. They sell incense, ninja weapons, and magic cards. And it's like one of the last stores. Macy's couldn't handle it. Sears couldn't handle it. But the Ninja store at the mall got, it's still around. There's a magic to it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, those the Ninja store, Ninja mall stores. When I was growing up, we had one. They had like the wall of like posters, like you could buy like a billion posters there.
Even the Ninja magazine, the fold-outs in the middle of that, beautiful art, and it was just, you put that up on the wall, and I remember that. I remember it, man, like Friday nights, me and the kids on the street, you put the radio on, and you're tying your bandana in slow motion, and you're putting your black clothes on, and that's what you would call playing. I don't know, it was like that in your neighborhood, but Friday nights you'd go out and you play ninja. Basically, you just dress in black and you look in people's windows.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I miss playing ninja. Nowadays, forget it.
Yeah, you can't do
You're
that no
locked
more.
up.
Oh, yeah.
Can't do it. The pleasures of youth. You can
Yeah.
get away with it.
Yeah, back then you could, yeah, for sure. Nowadays, yeah, can't play ninja no more.
Yeah. But imagine running around like I got an awesome kids, 11 and 8 years old, and I cannot imagine dressing them in black, giving them smoke bombs and ninja stars and saying, all right, just be back by 10 o'clock. Come in and take a bath right away.
Yeah. Did you ever
That was the best. Smoke bombs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, back when I was a kid, I know like New York's been more lax when it comes to fireworks nowadays, but as a kid, everything was we could have sparklers. That's it. Like we couldn't even have snakes in New York. But yeah, like get your hands on some smoke bombs. That was like coveted prize material right there.
I had an uncle that would make runs up to New Hampshire and come back with the big box of stuff, and I'd make sure you get the smoke bombs. And actually, that's what started Ninja City was smoke bombs. There's a used bookstore in town that I go to weekly, and mixed amongst the comic books, there was a manual called Improvised Ninja Smoke Bombs. And some guy in his basement probably came out with it in the 80s, and I grabbed it. I'm like, oh, I remember this. And it's like the pictures inside of a guy dressed like a ninja about to attack some guy with a goatee and the feathered hair. I'm like, I gotta do something with this. Just speaking to me.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, 80s was all about the ninja, like everywhere. Trying to think.
It was everything.
Yeah.
It was like everywhere you looked, and like I said, even if you didn't even see a ninja movie, it was just embedded into the popular culture.
I mean, even like even He-Man had a ninja.
Ninja, exactly.
Yeah.
Throw them in; it's gonna sell.
Oh,
the Chuck Norris guys.
Yep.
They had tons of bootleg guys. I remember winning a ninja action figure at the carnival once. It's like the blank cardboard background. You don't. That's it. You just get the front and you get the guy with the cloth hood, and it could be Ken from Ken and Barbie on it. But as long as he had the mask,
you're
some
golden.
kind of weapon, you're good. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Ninja City is awesome. I definitely, like I told you before, I want to run it with with Neon Lords.
Oh yes. Yeah,
I think
it's kind of like peanut butter and jelly. It goes with everything. I had a really, really fun time doing this. This was a big experience for me too. I got to reconnect with a really good friend of mine, Joe the artist, Joe Guillet. Joe and I met a long time ago when I used to live in the city. He and I actually worked at MTV together. Joe was the art director for Super Size Me. So I lived in New York. I moved back to Connecticut. He stayed in New York. He's now back in Connecticut. And we just started to keep in touch via social media. And I said, listen, I got this idea and I'd love to work with you on it because he just gets it. Like if you look on, there was so many, we had like this psychic connection when we were doing this because there was no art direction. I said, Joe, just do your thing. And if you look at the back,
that
guy, I don't know if you recognize it. It's an homage to Cops and Crooks. I don't know if you remember that toy line, but it was like it was out by Hasbro in the mid to late 80s. It was like cybernetic cops and cybernetic crooks, and this guy is kind of based on one of the major bad guys, Dr. Bad Vibes. He had like you can see his brain and all that. But, but this has a lot of that kind of New York City breakdancing mixed in with it. You can see the influence of The Last Dragon and stuff like that. So that was really fun. That was a fun project.
Yeah, it's so awesome. You got like zombies and ninjas.
I mean, it fits. You can fit it into anything.
Yeah, you really can.
I ran a game where there was like cyborgs taking over the town, but you could do another one that's just straight up non-fantasy, where it's just like more of a like Daredevil. Yeah, Daredevil or Charles Bronson. And I tried to get a Charles Bronson type kind of out for vengeance ninja clan stuff. So yeah, absolutely, it's perfect. But then like you have to do cybernetics though. Like Yeah, I mean, you kind of.
It's like
Somebody's got a half robot in a closet somewhere ready to activate.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so
You got to see the light in the dark.
yeah, perfect. So speaking of running it, Vienna Beef, that's his like character name in the thing.
Yep.
He was asking, his question was that if there was anywhere on YouTube that you know of that has like Ninja City being run as an example. He wanted to watch like a video of it or anything.
Yeah, actually, I think there is. I'll have to do some digging and I'll send it to you. But if you go on the Goodman Games, I ran 2 games on the Goodman Games Twitch channel, and they have put those up on YouTube.
Oh,
so
perfect.
if you go to the Goodman Games YouTube channel, you'll find it there. You'll see me in the picture running it, and I believe there's 2 separate games I ran that they broadcast on there that are now on YouTube.
Perfect. There you go, Beef. You can watch it on YouTube. I'll let him know. I know he couldn't watch tonight. He's a Canadian fellow. Well, not fellow, but a Canadian. He lives like 2 hours away, which is wild because of COVID. Like you can't meet up.
Yeah.
But
Or crossing the water.
Yeah.
You need to have your ninja gear to do that.
totally. But yeah. So what else? What other influences the Joey?
For Ninja City?
Well, yeah.
just in general?
Just in general. Let's generalize it.
Well, the weird stuff. I mean, it's gonna be an ongoing theme here. But the '80s my childhood had such a significant effect. I was very lucky to have a really fun childhood with great parents that gave me a lot of amazing experiences. But the '80s was such an unfettered time where bootlegs, I think anything cheap and schmaltzy and shticky really stuck to me as a kid, because even as a kid you knew something was a little bit off about this stuff.
Yeah.
So I won't beat the action figure thing to death, but as a kid growing up, we were talking about this before, the bootleg figures that were available to us back then, when you couldn't get a He-Man or you couldn't get a G.I. Joe, the other lines were so weird, and just because the process, half of the figures look deformed, so you already have these mutant figures and all that.
Yep.
But then just I watched I played outside a lot as a kid, but I also watched a lot of TV.
Right.
And 80s television was such a strange world, and public access had a huge impact on me. Just the aesthetic of public access, the cheapness of it. That at any minute your friends were going to call up and terrorize this person, during their speech on birds.
Yeah.
Yes, next caller, and then they say something horrible. We had a lot of laughs doing that. So that's really what influenced Weird Heroes of Public Access. I've always been into horror ever since I was a kid. My father and grandfather had a monument business, a gravestone business growing up. So I spent a lot of my Saturdays playing with my toys in the cemetery, and my dad was like an old school, monster kid. He used to take me to the comic book store, and I was a big famous Monsters of Filmland, and EC Comics had a huge influence on me. It still does. I collect those like an addiction and read through those. So all that kind of stuff, that pulp kind of shticky stuff. I wasn't I wasn't into role-playing games as a kid. That just wasn't in my circle. I knew about it because of the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon,
Right.
but I didn't know a lot of kids in my neighborhood that played Dungeons and Dragons. Actually, it was kind of like we were really hit with the satanic panic around here in this area, because there was unfortunately there was a murder a couple towns over, and the prosecution put it on Dungeons and Dragons. Like, this guy was into weird stuff, and the headlines was all Dungeons and Dragons. I remember as a kid we used to go to this breakfast place, and we'd have to drive by the house where it happened. I remember my father trying to spook me. I was like, right over there, that's where they got her. And I'm like, oh man, what is this stuff? And I remember my cousins, they were older. They're probably like 6 years older than me, so they were the cool guys. And I'd be driving over there, you'd have to go by this murder house, and then you'd get there and they'd be climbing up the telephone pole with their tiger claws, and their Judas Priest jean jackets and all that. And those were the guys that were into D&D. And I'm like, I don't know what it is, there's something scary and like mischievous about it. I gotta learn about it. So I was walking by, I don't know, I was in like Walden Books or something, not even thinking about it, and I walked by the DCC book, and like all of that nostalgia, Dungeon Crawl Classics book, like hit me like a ton of bricks, because I'm like, this is just like those vans I used to see in the parking lot of the carnival with the guy riding the, you know, the dragon with the chick in the fur bikini. And I picked that up. I'm like, oh, this captures all that stuff. Once I got my teeth into that, I just went hog wild. Started to buy all old D&D modules, all the Appendix N stuff. I've always been a reader. So it's just a big mishmash of all that stuff. 80s nostalgia, and then rediscovering the hobby and going back to the roots. I like to research stuff, so I read all the Robert E. Howard and the Fritz Leiber, all the big names, Tolkien obviously, and all that. Just got into the whole shtick of it.
Perfect.
This is a good, you know, Kiss and horror movies and wrestling. It all goes together.
Yeah, it really does. Like, that's why I can't wait till you get your copy of Neon Lords. I think you're gonna go crazy for it.
I cannot wait. My whole family is about to go nuts because I've been talking about it. My wife and I were folding laundry today, and I put, just on a whim, not even because I think I actually like almost rolled on the remote on Shudder and put on Turbo Kid.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh man. And my wife is like, "What are you watching?" And next thing you know, she's like, "Whoa, don't turn it off." I said, "This is what I'm talking about." I said, "This is what we can do at the table." She's not a big gamer. She just gets a kick out of listening to me downstairs yelling on Zoom when we're playing.
Yeah.
But I got her to play Tales from the Loop with she and some of her girlfriends once, and that was an awesome experience. So I think she'll be into Neon Lords. She's not like elves and dragons and stuff, so I think this is going to hook her and her friends in. It'll be fun.
Oh, absolutely. It definitely will.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, Turbo Kid. You ever see the newer Psycho Gorman?
Oh, absolutely. It's a whole genre now for us.
Yeah.
Has come out.
Yep.
It's like, keep on feeding us, man. Keep on feeding us.
Yeah, like I will give you money. Like, just tell me where I throw the money.
Yeah.
Like,
What's the other one? What's the Nick Cage one with the demons?
Oh, Mandy.
Mandy.
Yep. I watch it. I watch Mandy at least once a month. Like, sitting down here, I got a TV right next to the computer. Like, if I'm working or packing books or something, I just I pop on movies all the time. And like streaming, like I chose not to stream down here. Like, when it came to like that stuff, so I gotta buy the hard copies because we're in the process of looking to buy a house. Like, and then so in the basement, I'm going to make a VHS store, like a VHS rental store.
Kindred spirit. I love you already. Like I knew even when we were like sending messages, I'm like, this guy. The first man we bought a house a year ago, and all the houses we looked at, I said, I got to see the basement.
Yep,
Where is your room going to be? So tell me about what are your plans?
So, I didn't have a lot of VHSs like when I started this plan. So I have a lot of DVDs. I have a ton of DVDs, like thousands of DVDs. So,
yeah. But
I've recently been starting to buy up the VHSs. So I kind of figure, like, late 90s, early 2000s, there was a good mash in the rental store of VHS and DVD. So I'm going to kind of like have it look at that era a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
And then I'm gonna do it all. It's gonna be like Nuclear Video or something. I'm gonna make the sign. I'm gonna have like the open sign. I'm gonna literally on the weekends unlock it, stand at the counter, like have a CRT TV playing like
absolutely, man,
crazy Trauma movies behind me, and then like my kids are gonna try to rent movies, and I'm gonna tell them.
What a beautiful thing!
Yeah.
What a beautiful thing!
I've been starting
I'm gonna send some donations if I find anything. Man, you gotta make this. You gotta make this a reality.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I love escapism, but escapism as an art form. You know, we're building little shrines and museums to the things that we love in our homes now, and it's such a cool thing.
Well, here, get this part. This is the piece de la resistance, if you will. Is, you know how they all had the curtain in the back room, right?
Oh yes. In my neck of the woods, it was the cowboy doors.
Yeah, we had. Yep, same.
Yeah.
So behind the curtain, that's where the D&D table is.
Oh my God! All right, as soon as all this is over, I'm hightailing it up there. I'm hightailing it up north. We got to do a thing.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yep. So they're talking about Joe's saying in the. I know. I'm trying to jump back and forth between the chat.
Go ahead. I just keep on running my mouth.
No, it's fine. I'm sure they're loving it. So you guys are talking about every single thing I'm excited about, and I don't even know how to begin to interact. I just shared the video stream. That was Joe Martin. Joe Martin actually made I know the name of the game, Lawman. It's like kind of like Bounty Hunters.
I was just looking at that today.
Yep. Yeah, that's a cool one too. So I want to get him on here too, and have a nice little powwow. Yeah, Lawman.
Awesome. There are other people out there like us. You know, it's like, we've never met. And we just said, you always, I met you through my Kickstarters. You always sending me nice comments on all that. And then when we started talking, and it's just like, we're so lucky to have the technology that we have today.
Absolutely.
And the little the gaming communities that we have, especially during everything that's going on. But it's like you're meeting kids from the neighborhood all over again.
Yeah, exactly. So oh crap. So what were we talking about? All right, yeah, Lawman.
The video store. We were talking about your video store.
Yeah.
And it's funny, we were talking at Christmas time, my sisters and I got a couple younger sisters, and she was talking about vividly she was younger than me, and I remember I would always push her through the cowboy doors and then tell on her. Like, look, she's over there. She's a pervert. She's behind. And I always would end up getting in trouble. But, yeah, that was magic times. What was behind those doors?
Yeah, there's a couple people on Instagram that do it. They have like the VHS store in their basement, and it doesn't seem like it's that hard to like pull it off.
No, if you're good with get some of the shelves.
Yeah.
Build a little cabinet, and it really comes down to the lighting. You know, you can either do the bright fluorescence or like the wood paneling, kind of mom and pop shop.
Yeah. So I started buying wax packs to put like under the counter too. So I got some Turtles wax packs, some Elf wax packs. I want to say I got RoboCop ones too. So I'm just
Nice.
Slowly getting those for the counter. What else were we getting? Like some random candies. I was gonna even do like the candy like display and everything.
Beautiful.
Like, it's like full on like to a T, like retail ready.
I miss wax packs so much.
Yep, they're not that expensive. Like, I actually got lucky. So we were upstairs. It was like around Christmas, and my wife's like on Facebook Marketplace, and she's like, "I shouldn't show you this, but I'm gonna." And this local guy was selling a box full of Ninja Turtles, like old Ninja Turtles.
Figures.
The figures, and 8 Turtles wax packs sealed in like plastic. So then I'm like, it's cool. But then I saw it, and there was a Toxie toy that he added in. He thought it was a Ninja Turtle.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, okay, well now this is getting serious, because Toxic Crusaders like was huge to me as a kid. Like, I love Trauma. Trauma's like everything to me. Like Toxie.
They're gross, but they still get girls. I'll never forget that line in the song.
Yeah, so then I had a lot of them as a kid, and then obviously, like, when you get older, getting the action figures and stuff. Yep. So I had to get it just for the Toxie, but there was like 40 turtles in there.
You got it?
Oh, I got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And a Toxie figure. Yeah, that was a great line. The Toxie figures, and then what were we saying? Oh, have you ever heard of there's a trading card line? I actually got the set for like next to nothing on eBay. Toxic High School?
No.
Toxic High School came out, I think it was Topps, and it had some like really great old Topps artists, old comic artists. Look it up sometime. Toxic High School. It's just like straight 80s gross out, class photos of kids with like, giant pus-filled zits all over their faces and all that. My other favorite wax pack series was Dinosaurs Attack.
Yes, I
remember that.
I've bought a couple, and I unfortunately like opened them since I. I got a stack of like there's a dinosaur's attack.
Yes, yeah.
Yep. We got a bunch
There
of
was
them.
a really disturbing one where on the back it was like one of the one of the last cards is this giant demon. Looks like a four-eyed Satan holding a guy in his hands. And when you flip over the back, it's this guy in burn makeup saying, "Oh God, help me," or "I miss you." Somebody who's really
Jesus.
disturbing.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Yes, my influences. That's another big thing. All those.
Mars
That's
attacks.
kind of, yeah. Like, and that's where like the freebies in WHPA come from, kind of too. Like, I like to slip a little something in like that, like the gum in the old wax packs.
Yeah. I ate the gum out of a dinosaur's attacks like a couple months ago.
I'm guilty of experimenting with some old Garbage Pail Kid gum.
Oh yeah, you gotta if you're into this like this subculture of like old school collecting and you're not eating Garbage Pail gum from the 80s, like what are you even doing with your life?
What are you doing with yourself?
Yeah.
You're not a real person.
No, not at all.
No.
There's a guy on what's
Yeah,
up?
just don't eat the old turtle pies. That'll kill you.
Yeah.
Pudding doesn't last that good.
I actually like I based there's like a couple in-game Neon Lords apple pies that you can get that I based off of that one, the Ninja Turtle one, and the Hostess, because like Hostess pies were like the greatest thing, like the Marvel ads and stuff, and then like the Hostess pie was like the magician mascot. Yeah, so like
About the fruit pies, right?
yep, the fruit pies.
I got a box. I swear on my mother's eyes. Right after dinner, I took out one. I said, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put it on a plate later on, and I'm gonna give it the respect that it deserves. Ask my wife. Like I said, no, I'm gonna wait till afterwards. I'm gonna make this nice.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful
They're
thing.
small now, though. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not like the old ones. They're
No.
shortchanging us on that.
Of course, everything's
those-
shortchanged.
Those Hostess ads were awesome.
Yeah, and then like the wrapper, just that like crunch is satisfying crunch of that wrapper too.
The crinkle,
Yeah.
almost like I don't know what you call them up there, grinders, like
Yeah.
hoagies, yeah. But that kind of that bag, and I remember that like all the sandwich shops around here. That's what they would have. They'd have their Garbage Pail Kid box on the counter, your Hostess pies, and the slush puppy machine.
Yep. Yeah.
Beautiful time.
Yeah.
Beautiful time.
My wife's actually from New Hampshire, so like I know about the hoagies and grinders, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. She calls them grinders.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hostess. So like Hostess, and then like the McDonald's mascots are like a big influence in Neon Lords too, like Mayor McCheese.
Yeah.
And-
Yep. Mayor McCheese. There was the professor. They like.
Yeah, the professor.
I was going down the rabbit hole. This is so awesome to talk to somebody and not feel like you're crazy. You know, it's like not a lot of people want to have these conversations, but like the four-armed Grimace.
Yeah.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
I love Grimace. Grimace is beautiful, and the Hamburglar. But remember, like the old plate, like the playgrounds, where
Yeah.
it was like the jail.
Yeah,
and all
with
that?
what was the cop's name?
What was the cop's name?
Let's see if anybody.
It's got to be Officer McSomething.
Yeah, because Mayor McCheese, I could probably just Google it real quick.
Mayor McCheese. Oh man, this is gonna kill me.
You know they got in a lot of trouble for copying Officer Big Mac.
Officer Big Mac.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they got in a lot of trouble from H&R Puffin stuff. Sued him.
Yeah, that was a huge. That whole world of Sid and Marty Krofft was a huge influence and still is on me growing up. Like I was the kind of kid that a Saturday morning, you know, the earlier you got up, the weirder or most in the past those shows were. It was almost like chronological. So if you got up at 6, you'd be able to catch on the TV stations where I was, you'd be able to catch the old episodes of Land of the Lost.
Oh yeah.
And when they got deeper into the history with Enoch, in like the intelligence slee stack and the crystals and all that, I try to incorporate all that stuff into my games now. But like Lidsville, like the land of hats, and all that stuff, and the magic flute.
Yeah, Magic Flute.
Yep.
Yeah, like I know, like, we were trying to do a licensed Land of the Lost RPG. Like,
Really?
me and a couple guys, but like no one could like figure out like who like where to get the license from. Because
I
like
think they're both still. I think Sid and Marty are still alive. They're very old. They're still alive. I got deep into that history for a long time. They had a theme park at a mall out in the Midwest. There was like the land of Sid and Marty Croft, and there was like an actual pinball machine that you could go through and all that.
oh, that's amazing.
But yeah, Land of the Lost RPG would be awesome based on that lore.
Yeah, so like everyone essentially, I forgot. I'd have to look up my notes. Like obviously it was abandoned because like couldn't really figure it out. But then like it's like yeah, but then like do you do it without the Land of the Lost? Like or you know like or do you do it like Land of the Lost like
Yeah,
do like
yeah.
the you know like the land that time forgot or whatever that one that's like under public domain.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. You don't now that you bring it up. There's not a lot of, just from everything I've seen, there's not a lot of people working on or putting out any sort of like prehistoric stuff. I last week I think I shot through all the original Planet of the Apes movies again,
Yeah.
and looking into the role playing games on that, I only found like, was it Apes Victorious? I don't know much about that system, but
No, I
it's
never
funny.
heard.
There's not a lot of prehistory stuff solely based on those kind of properties.
Planet of the Apes would be an interesting RPG.
Yeah,
Something to
because you
think.
could take it a couple of different ways. You know,
Yeah.
you could do like the original, like where the apes, they go in the future and the apes are rulers, or it's like Conquest, where it's current day
Right.
and the apes are trying to revolt, and you can play on either side. That'd be really cool.
You want to see my crown jewel? Speaking of Planet of
Yeah,
the Apes, here, 1 second.
Yeah.
Let me grab this for you.
Look at all those He-Men. That's a beautiful thing. What do we got? Oh my God! What is this?
Hold on. So this, can you hear me?
Yeah.
This is the Planet of the Apes box set. DVDs.
Oh, that's the container?
Yeah, look.
Oh, Maron, that's beautiful.
Yeah, this is like, I've had this forever. This is like, I still have the box set. It comes in with a certificate of authenticity and everything. Like, this is a big deal to me. Like, I love.
Absolutely, that's beautiful.
And then like, it's got every movie, plus the cartoon.
Oh man.
Plus there was a live action TV show too. It's all here.
I had no idea.
Yep. It's like, I mean, it's look at these. Like,
Holy wow.
Like.
What year did this come out around?
So the Tim Burton movie's in here. 8 discs. 8 discs.
Wow.
Let's see if there's a date. 2006.
That's beautiful. And that to your point, to have it in hand and not stream, to have that library.
Yeah, see, yeah.
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, like, I know. It's so awesome. Like, nobody cares about this except for me.
And me.
Yeah.
You got a friend, buddy.
I appreciate it. Like,
You're not alone.
Like, my wife can't stand it. And then, like, so I got this, and then I have an Elvis bust, like, the old school, like.
The porcelain?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's in another room, but yeah, like, I always wanted an Elvis bust or a Velvet Elvis, and because the estate, because they're unlicensed, so the estate buys them up and destroys them, so they're harder and harder to find.
But bro, you're talking to a guy who named his kid Elvis.
Yeah, I noticed.
It's like we grew up with each other. I had an Elvis bust, a beautiful Elvis bust, the jumpsuit, the hair, the whole 9 yards, and I had him on a speaker in my room in high school, right? And what do you think happens?
Yeah.
I turn up the Black Sabbath, boom, 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 smash all over the ground. I screamed my mother in. I'm like, "What's the matter? He's dead. Elvis is all over my floor." But I remember as a kid driving by, like in parking lots, they'd have some guy selling Velvet Elvises. If we only knew that, and there's like Velvet Elvis museums now. They're beautiful. Anytime I come across one, I'm going to pick one up. They're gorgeous.
That's a Saved by the Bell episode, right?
Oh yeah,
About the Elvis bus breaking.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Yes, at Screech's mom's house. Right?
Yeah.
Screech's mom.
Yeah, they have
I think she was played by Ruth Buzzy, who was on The Lost Saucer for Sid and Marty Krofft. So there he goes. Everything's connected.
Yeah. That's funny. You lived a Saved by the Bell episode life.
I did.
That's pretty impressive.
Yep, right off there. The only thing is there was only me in the room, and it wasn't a cool Bayside party.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Saved by the Bell. That's like my favorite, like 80s teen sitcom. I don't know if it was like a sitcom necessarily. I don't know what you would call them.
It's got a laugh track. I think it's safe to call it. A sitcom. If it's got a laugh track, you're good.
Yeah, I would think so. That's definitely my favorite out of like that genre of shows for sure. Saved by the Bell.
That was a good one. You could always depend on it after school. You come home and have some fruit roll-ups and watch that. There's like certain foods I equate with certain shows, and it was like fruit roll-ups for that one.
That's interesting. I never thought about that. Fruit roll-ups with Saved by the Bell. It's like, and then the episode where they my favorite episode is when they go in the mall and they hide in the sporting goods store with the money from the dudes, and it ends up being like a candid camera show.
I have not seen this one.
Oh.
I thought I'd seen them all.
Oh yeah,
this
no.
sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's insane. So they're like, it's like one of the only ones that doesn't take place like in the school. They're like in a mall, and then they see like some sketchy dudes like drop off a package, and it's got money in it. And of course, Zach. Oh, speaking of that, you ever watch Zach Morris's Trash?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was going to bring that up. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sure that I think they did one. I don't know. They could have did one about this.
I got to check that. I got to look this one up now. They built another set. It sounds like just for one episode.
No, so the mall's in a couple. So there's the Christmas two-parter in the mall with the homeless Santa. It is.
A real tearjerker.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's the same mall. I mean, that's an elaborate mall set too, because there's there's like the food court, there's like a couple like stores, there's like the shoe store, there's the sporting goods store, there's like a couple hallways involved. Like, it's a big production over there on the.
Like there's so many episodes of that show. Like those people's teen years were spent on set acting like teenagers.
Joe Martin says we need to do this show every other week. This is all gold.
Sign me up, man. Listen. Absolutely, I'm having such a blast.
Yeah, see, like nobody ever wants to talk about this stuff. Like I talk my wife's ear off all the time about it. Like, yeah, she likes Saved by the Bell, but like obviously, like, she don't like the Apehead. She don't like Caesar hanging out, or like like the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon and all that stuff. Like, yeah, she don't like that.
It's funny sometimes. Like right before I fall asleep, my mind will go in crazy places, and I always think about where is that set piece now. Like in that Seinfeld where Kramer finds the Merv Griffin set and he puts it up in his apartment. Like, where are those set pieces? Probably, they rip them down and they tear them apart. But like, where are those old Sleestak costumes? Where are all those little props that were on all those shows?
Well, probably a lot of them like fall into like collectors' hands and stuff. Like you see on the those shows like Pawn Stars and stuff. Like a lot of that stuff, or like there is a show where they go to like a movie prop warehouse. Yeah.
And a lot of the actual sets are painted over and reused for other shows.
Yeah, that was the problem. Like, they didn't think about it back then of like preserving like what it is. It was just like it.
They didn't think there'd be a bunch of nuts like us trying to throw our disposable income at buying a locker from Saved by the Bell.
Oh, don't tempt me.
There's a market for that now.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and then like in one of my like VHS groups on Facebook, a guy found like a Xena the Warrior Princess production like
I saw
chair.
That, the chair.
Yeah.
The chair. Yeah. probably follow all the same people. Absolutely.
Probably, most likely, yeah.
I saw that, the chair.
Yeah, and I sent it to my wife. I was like, how come I can never find anything like this? She's like, well, we live in the middle of nowhere. It's like, well, yeah, that's true, but...
That's funny, though. That's where that stuff pops up. When I was a kid, there was my mother knew somebody who did store displays.
Mm-hmm.
And this is around the time of when Pee-wee had his kids' clothesline.
Mm-hmm.
There was like, I think it was like through J.C. Penney or Filene's, and at the mall they had like a setup. It looked like it's their own little Pee-wee's Playhouse, big cardboard cutouts of the walls and all that. And when I actually got it, the lady brought it to my house, so I had like a mini Pee-wee's Playhouse set in my basement. It was just these big cardboard pieces that looked like parts of the Playhouse, and we had a hurricane, and the water came in and destroyed it all. But for a week, I was King Pee-wee.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, Pee-wee's Playhouse! What another like iconic show.
It was a cornerstone of my childhood. If I had to say, like, probably one of the top 3 things as a kid that's influenced me. I mean, this whole shtick. I mean, it would be nothing without Pee-wee. He just, once again, just took all that 80s, 60s, 70s, all that kitsch, and just glued it together in this giant gumball. And it was such a cool thing, positive thing. It was always cool stuff, kind of tongue-in-cheek, kind of a wink to the adults watching. You'd throw in like a little bit of blue humor now and again. But that was the movies and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Pee-wee, I had the whole play set. I had the doll. I got Billy Baloney in the other room. That's one of my one of my grails, the Billy Baloney ventriloquist doll.
That's amazing. Yeah, like that's on my list is a Pee Wee Herman doll and then the Steve Urkel doll to go next to it. I feel like that's like bookends for me.
Where is he? I think I got... Oh, wait, check this out. Right over here in my kid's toy chest. Look at this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Speaking of...
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yep, that's the guy. I think his hat fell out, and I had to do surgery to his back because he didn't talk anymore, but he still lives somewhat there.
That's another one. I didn't even know they made an Ernest doll.
Yeah, they did Pee-wee, Urkel, Ernest, and they did what's that? What's the guy's name? It's on the tip of my tongue. I should know this. Ed Grimley. They had an Ed Grimley one.
Really?
Yeah, you know Ed Grimley?
No.
Shorts character. He had like a.
Oh yes, I do remember that.
Yeah. They had that. Like, what kid goes to the store? Mom, I want the Ed Grimley doll.
Yeah.
I want to meet that. I
Yeah.
had a kid on my street that had the Ed Grimley doll. There was a Kevin McAllister one, and there was also a Freddy Krueger one, which is another amazing piece.
Oh
They
yeah.
took that off the shelves pretty quickly. That one's quite collectible.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like.
This is great.
Yeah, I should just pull up all my treasure trove of stuff and just be like, look at this, appreciate this, like.
Well, you know what we should do, man. Look, we got enough stuff to talk about. We don't expose everything. We got to keep.
Yeah,
this
that's
going.
true. That's true. Yeah, so like we could do like a whole show and tell segment, like every time we get together, bring a piece of the collection, and then we could chit chat about it.
We could have a theme.
Yeah,
we could have a theme. I don't think Ed Grimley will ever be the theme, though.
No, I didn't even know the name. That's funny, but yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I remember it because it was just so weird, off-brand. Like, oh yeah, let's do an Ed Grimley one too.
I could see like Max Headroom.
That would be awesome. There was a couple of. I know there was like one of those foam Max Headroom puppets. That's a big influence to me too. Signal interruptions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
actually, it's funny you bring that up because when we were talking about WHPA, Michael Harmon in the chat, I can't get to it.
Michael Harmon, great guy.
Yep,
great guy.
He's in the chat. He's got a piece in the book.
Awesome. What's up, Michael? That guy is great.
Yeah, he's
been a WHPA supporter for a while.
Yep, he brought it up. He brought up WHPA and said he got it in the mail, and then he put a link to the Max Headroom interruption on like
that's so cool. That's another thing. Analog cable back in the 80s. you could manipulate TV. That was such a cool thing. From signal interruptions to, like at my uncle's house, the note card in the cable box so you could get HBO.
Yeah.
You know, you could tinker.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, you can't do that nowadays. Or like what? Oh, shit, I was looking at chat. What was I gonna say? Oh, it's like
How's
like
everybody doing in the chat? Everybody doing good in the chat?
how's the chat doing?
Everybody enjoying themselves?
I'm sure they are. They are. I mean, they want more content from me and you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But like phone freaking, too. Like
yes.
like all that stuff.
Absolutely. Oh man, we're just gonna go down another rabbit hole. You say phone freaks, and then you think about Freddie the Freak. You remember Freddie the Freak?
Yeah.
1-900 the Freak line.
Mm-mm.
Oh, do yourself a favor later on. Look that up. Like that, those 1-900 commercials talk about an amazing shtick.
Oh yeah.
Just wrapping kids' heads around something to get money out of them. But Freddie the Freaker, that's another weird thing where you could call it. It was a 1-900 number, and the mascot was this like little rubber monster guy.
I gotta look it up.
Yeah, look it up. It's worth it, man.
Freddie the
It'll probably
Freak.
come back to you like it. Freddie the Freak.
Freddie-
1-900.
Oh, you can get a plush doll of it.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I have never seen that in my life.
I got in trouble once because I spoke to the dead. I called like 1-900. It was a zombie line.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, come talk to the dead. And you call up and it's just like some guy talking like that, telling like knock-knock jokes.
Probably pre-recorded too.
Yeah, it was pre-recorded. It cost my poor grandmother $10 since I was on for 30 seconds.
Yeah. Do you know, it's interesting too because like there's a nostalgia YouTube channel where like they watch like VHSs. I don't remember which one it is. I'm sure you've seen them all around the place. But he was calling all the 900 numbers and 800 numbers to see if like they were still connected.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like what a great shtick. But 800 and 900 numbers have been outlawed. It's illegal to have one now. That's why you don't see them anymore.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
So like,
that's a shame,
yeah,
man.
so they're all like defunct.
Like what like the cry. You ever see the video for the crying one?
You know, like
Call up and listen to people cry.
no, I know there's one. It's like the grandma party line you could call now. It's not a 900 or 800, but it's funny. I call it. I'll like pull it up every once in a while and like mess around with people at work.
That's great. Yeah, we used to prank call Phil Rizzuto all the time. 1-800-LOAN-YES. Remember that?
No,
It's like the,
I don't
he was
remember
like,
any
I
of
don't know,
these.
selling mortgages or something or loans.
So okay, well, you know what? Actually, this brings up an interesting thing too. Speaking of VHS and phones and stuff, so there was this. It was like a local chain called Video King, and their big thing was you could get free popcorn, but they also had a phone we could talk to ET from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like there's just a pole in the middle of the VHS store, and it had like a homemade like drawn ET, and it's like call ET, and you just pick it up.
I have goosebumps. I have literal goosebumps right now.
Yeah.
That's somehow somebody's got to bring that back. So my hope is that the pendulum is going to swing back. All right. So like my town where I grew up in, right, where I live now. You had like the downtown area, that was great, but then the mall came and destroyed it. But the mall
Right.
was the greatest thing in the world for us. And now, like, you know, all the online stuff now, it's killing the malls. So then hopefully it's gonna go back down where it just goes back to the mom and pops again. It never will, but I'm dreaming, you know.
Right.
But like, where in time will stuff like that ever exist again? We lived in such a strange time, relatively speaking, where yes, they were exploiting our parents' wallet and our interests. Like we were just hammered with you know, commercials. All of our cartoons were just commercials.
Absolutely.
You know, the FCC and the government got involved and said you have to have this much programming that falls in with this during Reagan. But that was so cool. I would love. Oh my God. Yeah, at the mall, at the small mall that died after we got the big mall. They had like this. They had like this castle. It was probably like a 7-foot tall little round castle, and it was phones, and you'd put a quarter in, and it'd tell you a fairy tale. on the phone.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, rest in peace to all that stuff.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, I wish they would bring all that back. But like that was like the forefront of technology. Like, you know, like, well, now how do we use these phones to make money? And with pre-recordings and stuff.
Yeah.
But
yeah, somebody probably is in Boca Raton on a yacht, laughing at all the cash he made in the '80s.
Yeah.
1-900 numbers where he just had a bunch of answering machines and some voice actors, no overhead, just the bill for the landline. It's a wonderful con.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so let's see what the chat's saying. So, yeah, talking about miss going to the movie store. It's crazy to say now. Yeah, like, yeah. What's up?
The box art was such a thing. That was such an art in itself. Like, remember like the 3D boxes? Like they would have.
I have one.
Sort of like relief on it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have Black Roses.
Oh yeah. I'm familiar with that. Sure.
Yep,
It was like, I don't know if it was Chud or a monster that looked like that. You press the box and the eyes would light up.
You know, I want to say it was Chud, but like those boxes like go for a lot of money now. Like
they're beautiful.
Oh yeah,
absolutely beautiful.
And then there's one that you press that has like a sound effect, like a scream.
Scream.
Yeah, but you know,
when you had a video store in your town for the first time, how did you actually access the videos?
Okay, so Video King came later.
Where I'm going. I saw the smile.
Yeah.
Know what I'm talking about.
So Video King was behind the, like, so you had the case and the video was behind it and you brought it up to the counter. But Video Loft, like the one that like I picture the most, like when it comes to like videos and stuff, they had the VHS. I know, it's so stupid. They had it on the rack with a little tag. You took the tag off. Yep, and you took the tag to the guy.
What shape?
Circle.
Yep. One of them in my town had the circle. The other one had the octagon. And it was, I remember it like it was yesterday. It almost looked like wood paneling, and it had like a little number on it. And you take it up to the guy, and you'd go back on the secret.
I know exactly.
1 minute, young man. Pull it out. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
And then you'd get I don't know at your place, but it was like that, like the plastic. It would just be like a brown plastic case or a black plastic case with the little plastic wrap that where they had their business card. Oh.
Yep, exactly. Beautiful. That's how Video Loft was. Like, see, that's the thing. See, okay, so you're gonna appreciate this too. So I got into collecting arcade tokens. So like, and then Time Out Arcade was like the one that we had in the mall, and I had to find a Time Out Arcade token, and I found one. I got one, so it's in my collection. But where was I going with this?
Who cares?
But there was a reason. There was a correlation between the. Okay. Yeah. So now I need to find a Video King cassette box that has the information on it. That's my next goal is to find.
That's going to be some archaeology right there.
Yeah. I mean, I found the Time Out.
Yeah, you did. It was a chain.
So it was actually Albany. It was Albany, New York's like small chain, like throughout New York, and I want to say they went into like Massachusetts a little bit, maybe Vermont, maybe a little into Connecticut. I don't remember. Like I looked it up. I had to look it up to do some research.
Was it a big place?
No, it was just in the mall.
Beautiful.
But yeah, so like
the neighborhood arcade. That's another one, man. We had the Twilight Zone.
Oh, see, now I'm gonna have
Twilight Zone was the name of was the arcade in town, which was just next to a pizza place that we had called Pizza Pipes and Pandemonium, which was a pizza parlor with a giant pipe organ, which was actually a phase, like a trend in the 80s, to have a giant pipe organ in your pizza shop.
Yeah. That's interesting. But yeah, so oh yeah, arcades. Yeah, I was gonna get, because like you never saw the overlay, but we are actually in an arcade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like you can't really see it. I know there's the X-Men cabinet right there, and it looks like the Turtles. Yeah, so there's like an arcade behind us, and it's got our logos and us in the middle. And your font is actually the Pizza Hut font, if anybody's watching. And then it's got ravioli for Randy on it. But
Ravioli for Randy.
yeah, I was gonna bring up the arcade eventually because obviously, like, that's a huge influence for me, and I would assume for you too. Like,
Certainly. Yeah,
Yeah.
Saturdays at the arcade. I remember their demise. You know, I'm 42. How old are you?
39.
Okay, yeah. So you know, we probably saw the same thing. But I remember we had like a proper arcade. It was a old. It looked like an old Victorian house. I think it used to be a restaurant, and they turned it into an arcade. I remember there's stained glass everywhere. The building still stands. It's a Greek restaurant now in town, but you know, 2 floors. In the basement, I remember, was all 70s orange, and they sold like cheeseburgers and fries. But the centerpiece of the whole place was the Dragon's Lair.
Dragon's
arcade
Lair.
game. Impossible.
Oh yeah,
Impossible. It ran on like some sort of
Laserdisc.
prehistoric, laserdisc system. Yeah, incredible. I remember watching kids getting furious playing that game.
So, not to jump off subject because I like.
Go ahead.
What's your Stranger Things thoughts?
I love it.
Okay,
I
me
love
too.
It.
Yeah.
I'm completely obsessed with it. It struck a chord with me. It spoke to me at a time where I really needed something like that, because we need stuff like that to promote. I know people can think it's cheesy and all that, but anything that celebrates role-playing games, 80s, and kids hanging out outside, I'm going to completely grab onto.
Speaking of Dragon,
And,
season 2's got the Dragon's Lair like right in the beginning.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
But you know what's
reminder.
awesome? It's a bunch of kids hanging out, and you don't see that a lot anymore. Not to get on a soapbox, but you know, with the advent of like tech and handheld devices, really changed kids playing outside, which I think is what I really try to emulate when I run role-playing games. Like
Right.
I'm playing action figures without action figures.
Yeah, it's
You know,
exactly the same
we're
thing.
going on neighborhood missions without actually going on neighborhood missions. So when Stranger Things came out, that was right about the same time that I picked up Tales from the Loop, and that was such a cool gaming experience where I just brought my friends back to the cul-de-sac to
So,
investigate what goes on.
speaking of Tales from the Loop, and I know this is a big thing. Chat's gonna know what I'm talking about. So I got buddies that made a Monster Squad Stand By Me game called Don't Tell Mom and Dad.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so like, oh my god, this game is awesome. They got done Kickstarter, so they're not really fully Kickstarted yet. But I went to PAX Unplugged in Philly in December, and I ran some Neon Lord games and stuff. And Don't Tell Mom and Dad, like, he was there, Ben. I bought some VHSs off him too, but that's another story.
I got to write this down. Don't tell mom and dad.
Yeah, so yeah, I got like a bunch of stickers and stuff from him, and I tried to get his like his play copy off him. I was like, because I gave him like a Neon Lords like soft cover, but while the hardcovers are, and I was like, you know, like, he's like, yeah, but I don't have a copy for you, and I was like, damn, but I'll take that one, like, in his bag. He's like, nah, that's like my play copy. It's like all his notes in it. It's like, damn it. But so I love this game. I promote it. I'm like in the testimonials on their Kickstarter. Like I you know, like support them all the way. Like, I don't know if you can see this art, but that is a robot for Don't Tell Mom and Dad oogling over a Skin magazine.
Oh my god. Okay, I got it. Is this live? Is this Kickstarter still going?
No, the Kickstarter has ended, but I'm sure
Did it fund?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right. I got to look deep into this, man. Well,
Yeah.
I was 12 going on 13 the first time I saw a dead human being. It was the summer of 1959, a long time ago, only if you're counting in terms of years. I know that whole movie back and forth. I actually ran a game. I wrote a little Tales from the Loop adventure called Train Dodge, where part of it, they got to go over like the Trestle Bridge, you know, and Teddy Duchamp, Gordy LaChance,
Yeah, I think
Bert Casso, and Chris Chambers, man. Those are great friends I never had.
so. They did. You ever Experience Plus One with Tony Vacinda? They ran a game with him, and like I've been trying to get them to get like to do another Don't Tell Mom and Dad game, and you definitely got to play with me.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This. Oh man, I'm going a mile a minute.
I know that's the
Look
problem.
up, I got to look this up.
Yeah, so I'll remind you though. I'll make sure like in the show notes, if you will, I'll send you the Don't Tell Mom and Dad stuff, because like I got to get on him more. He doesn't have a Facebook like you, so he's like only Instagram.
Yeah.
Like I bought he's I bought a bunch of VHSs off him. He gave me the bro price, so I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why gaming's so awesome, man. It allows healthy escapism, and it helps you have those shared experiences that are so important.
Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, had Kurt in the chat said had a lot of fun playing Tales from the Loop. Played a Swedish exchange student who was secretly a robot. That's pretty cool.
Ooh.
I always wanted to play Tales from the Loop. I never bought a hard copy. I have like the PDF and stuff. But then Don't Tell Mom and Dad came into my life, and then that's what I'm gonna play when it comes to like Monster Squad, Little Monsters. Shit, what was the other kids movie I was just thinking of? Don't Tell Mom and Dad. The Gate.
Oh my God! Absolutely, the Gate is just ripe for picking for role playing games. I was talking to my friend Tim DeShane about that. He's a big The Gate fan. That is ripe for picking. You got the Explorers.
Yep.
Remember that?
Yep. And
that was a great one. Flight of the Navigator.
Yep. Flight of the Navigator is great.
Speaking of, I never knew that. That's Paul Rubens. He's
the voice of the robot or the ship. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's it kind of after Stranger Things and all this stuff. That was kind of like a big burst. You have kids on bikes.
Yeah.
You got what was it? Dark Things and Demogorgons. That's kind of like a
that's
Bloat Games.
Yep. Eric Bloat. He's he's a friend of the game.
Yeah. Nice guy. Good product there. That was cool.
Yep.
Very, very back to basics kind of approach.
Yep. Got to meet him at PAX Unplugged as well.
I've never been to a convention, man.
So
I really
I've that was my first one too. And the library, Alexandria RPG Library, they like go from convention to convention with books, and they have like a non-for-profit like you donate like RPGs to them, and then people can show up at conventions, run games out of them, borrow the books. It's very cool. It's like it's an RPG library, like a portable RPG library. Well, I was like friendly with them, like chit chat, and then I ran a game for him, and I did an interview over there at the beginning of the Kickstarter, and then the chief librarian, he's like, hey, do you want to come to PAX with us and run games? And I said, sign me up. So so I'm very fortunate and lucky. They got me a pass, and then I went and I ran Neon Lords two sessions a day, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, Friday I think we only did one, but whatever. Like we played a lot of Neon Lords, and it was quite an experience. Like, just like people showed up, and then like every game was completely booked solid. There was people on the waiting list to play.
It's just such. I mean, I haven't looked through it yet. I know it's in the mail, and I can't wait. But it's just. Once again, man, I'm hungry for the kind of stuff that you're doing, where you just look at the cover and you fall in love with the whole idea. You just know that you're looking at something that a kindred spirit created. How long did this? I don't want to turn the thing around on you, but how long from? I just always love the story of the story. So from concept to fruition, because this looks like a meaty project that was very well thought out. All the premium stuff that you added on, from the pogs to everything in between, and all that cool stuff. That this is a huge project for one person to take on.
Yeah, it took me 2 years from conception to Kickstarter completely.
Kickstarter's a hoot, huh? That's
I learned a lot.
Yeah. Very grateful for all the people that kickstarted my stuff, but I'm looking at Mothership. Have you seen that Kickstarter campaign?
Yeah, it's like what, like $1 million or more than that now?
Yeah, and the ask for, like, from the people, like, I could not imagine running a Kickstarter of that size because most of the people are awesome and very supportive. But you look at some of the people that are nitpicking. You know, I need this and this size. I need to change. You should change this. Or like, make your own game.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, go ahead and do it.
Exactly.
But that's pretty incredible. I managing something of that size. Look at that beauty right there.
Oh yeah, there we go. We'll show it off to the.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I sent you the this cover, the Kickstarter exclusive cover. I believe we.
Thank you. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I probably sent you the PDF, but you're probably not like a PDF guy.
I like to have things in hand, but
Me
to
too.
review, yeah.
It's not the same. It's not the same. Like, if you look at like a book in your hand, here I'll even like. It's just not the same. It's a completely different beast. And then like you got the hairstyle selection.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can choose your hairstyle. Then it has an in-game effect.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And I mean, like, look at like the art in it is just like insane. I know, like, I didn't really want to like sit and talk about Neon Lords, but I mean, like, it was probably bound to come up though.
Why
right?
not? It's beautiful.
And then like you got your Cosmic Barbarian.
Lord Randy be praised.
Yeah.
That is great. I'm gonna have a blast with this.
Yeah, and then like the big kicker class that a lot of people like is the Heather,
Oh yes.
like the big old Heather class. So that was.
Hitting all the boxes, man. That's great.
Oh yeah, every box.
You know what I got to send you, because I don't think I should have put this in the box with you too, but this was another one I did. Actually, Tim DeShane put it together, but this is one of us.
Nice.
This is, you're part of a traveling sideshow after the apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
And you can be like this was when I was on a big Carnival kick and Todd Browning Freaks and all that. This says you can be an acrobat, you can be a strong person. I don't know if you can see that, but
Oh, that's amazing.
you know, where your tattoos are spells.
Yep. Like Illustrated Man, Ray Bradbury.
Yeah, exactly. Huge
Yeah.
Ray Bradbury fan.
Yeah, me too.
You know, and then you can be a natural wonder, which is basically, you know, born different. So, yeah, this was a really fun one. I didn't actually put this one out. This was, so I had nobody in my friend circle played role playing games, and when I first started, I'm like, I got to find people to play with. So I started this thing in town. As I said, the downtown area is kind of dying, so I found a bar and restaurant that could, you know, it was looked like an old saloon. So I started this thing called Drinking and Dragons, where I basically told the restaurant, hey, you mind if I bring 60 people here and we're going to play, you know, I said, we're going to play board games, because you don't go in there saying I'm going to play Dungeons and Dragons. They're going to think that you're going to burn down the place and worship the devil.
Yeah.
So I started this mini con around town. I think we got up to like 8, 9, or 10 of them. And that was just a DCC adventure I wrote where I just changed some things. And Tim's like, let's turn it into a zine. So that was that predated, I think, all of my Kickstarter stuff. That seeing what Tim did inspired me. Like, all right, this is cool. I'm gonna do my own thing.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I've seen that floating around in my circles. The One of Us. It's yeah.
That was fun.
It's definitely
Did some
cool.
stuff.
But
That was a brief career as a outside talker at the Coney Island Sideshow.
nice.
When I was leaving New York, that was on my bucket list, so I snuck in for a day of work there.
Do you ever is Adam Cardone in your like circle?
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause-
yeah.
Yeah, me too. Like,
I don't know him. I just I sent him some Darkest Dice, and he talked about it on one of his casts. But he's an interesting character.
yeah.
He's like doing shows every night, doing illusion shows, and it seems like he's either surfing or playing Dungeon Degenerates or DCC. That guy's living the life down there in I think he's down in Rockaway Beach.
Yeah, he is in Rockaway. Yeah. Yeah, he's wild.
Have you met him?
I have unfortunately yet to meet him, but he does custom dice trays.
I saw. Yeah.
I'd have to dig it out, but I have. He did a Neon Lords one
Awesome.
for me, so it's got Neon Lords, so the Toxic Wasteland on the side, and it's like a huge giant like oozing crater, and it's got like the dice, like where you.
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
I think I'm familiar with that. Yeah, he's somebody that I would love to have a conversation with sometimes too. He's really into Stoicism, as am I. Marcus Aurelius and Seneca and all those guys. We're a big, philosophy and Stoicism.
Yeah, on the pizza party when you brought up Marcus Aurelius, and I was like, yeah, Adam Cardone and him are kindred spirits for sure. But
Yeah.
I would have you both on here, but I would probably just be you two talking for 5 hours. I wouldn't be able to say anything.
You'll have to give us a topic. I think that's what we got to do. We'll get some topics going. We'll bring some people aboard. We'll have some ravioli. It'll be beautiful.
Yeah, I just sent his book out, so he'll be getting his soon. I was hoping he'd get it today from upstate to Rockaway. I sent it yesterday.
Yeah.
So.
Shipping's been pretty good lately. It was bad, man. Darkest Ice being my first Kickstarter, I could not have planned it worse in terms of timing. I had it all done. Art came in fine, and the printing of it went fine, but mailing it, holy cow. It was like I mailed it out right before Christmas a year or two ago, right in the middle of COVID. And it was, they either didn't land or they were landing all ripped up. Because, of course, I didn't, the first round I sent them in little envelopes, and it looked like a pack of cash. So some of them got destroyed. Half of my stock went to reset, to sending them out again after the first time.
So I got my stack of Darkest Dice in my desk, and then I have a Dark Dungeons with it just in case.
The original Jack Chick one?
Yeah. So, someone online was like, I got a bunch, who wants them? And I was like, you could send me them. And then I never thought about it. And 3 months later, I had a package, and my wife opened it. It's like, why are you getting Chick tracks in the mail? And I was like, why not? That's a whole other thing.
I got in trouble because I had to order. I ordered a box, from Chick as a sampler, and it was a real moral struggle here. I'm like, I need to look at them. I need to feel it in my hand. I need to look at the fonts and the page count and the printing.
Yeah.
So, because once you order something from them, they don't stop sending you stuff.
Bet. So yeah, you probably have so much stuff.
So they're asking for money. But once in a while they'll send you one in the mail, and because you don't find I don't know, not around here you don't find them in the wild anymore. So
not anymore.
I had to actually contribute to the enemy. But yeah. And then it's funny when I came out with Darkest Dice, I put it on Instagram. It's this whole group of people that make fake Chick tracks. So we had all these trades going on. I got 8 different Chick tracks, fake ones that people have put out that are real interesting stuff.
Oh, that's impressive.
People through that, yeah.
I never thought about that there'd be more. I just thought it was a brilliant idea to do a Chick track RPG.
As soon as Dungeons, my Darkest Dice came out, I saw somebody came out with another Kickstarter called Darkest Dungeons, Darkest Demons, and Darkest Devils, and it was a 3-pack. So I don't know. It was, I think they sold them on Exalted Funeral for a while, but that was funny having that right after.
I never even saw that one.
But that was fun. That was a great learning experience. It was funny going to the print shop. I had that. Nobody would do it online in this format. It was really hard to find somebody who had the capability to do it. But luckily, I found one just in my hometown.
Oh wow! Yeah, I could imagine. That's pretty unique. One staple that size.
I'm guessing they probably print them out on one page.
Yeah, just slice them up
in a row and then slice them and place them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really happy with Brad McDevitt, the artist.
Oh yeah.
He just really captured his style. Just really fit well.
Crushed it. I don't know. I'm jealous of minimalist RPGs too, because I can't obviously 250 pages.
A book this big.
Yeah, Lucas, the guy that did the DM screen, he did the art for the DM screen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he was hey, would you mind like doing like a minimalist version? He's like, I love your setting and I love everything, but I don't have time to like play like a real game because he's a comic book artist in Poland, which he worked on the Gwar comic, but no big deal.
Yeah. Oh yes. I found him through your page. I looked at his stuff. He's great.
Oh, he's phenomenal. So I actually have been writing the minimalist rule set but it's hard. It's harder to write minimal. And I send him everything. And he's like, yeah, I mean that's fine, but like I could like 20 pages to me is minimal. 50 pages, like it blows my mind that people can get like so small and so like just down to the perfect, like a well-oiled machine. I'm very interested in that kind of that game design right now, that minimalist game design where it's still a game. There's still rules that you have to. It's not just you're sitting around telling a story. There's still rules, but it's incredible how many of those really very small, like maze rats, and Knave and stuff like that. My friend Brian Quartermanch, he and I send those back and forth over the past couple of weeks, like all that one-page stuff. He's really in the Cthulhu stuff, and to boil that down into a couple of pages is difficult, but it's neat. We've ran some of them, and it's interesting just how, like you said, you really got to melt down the right pieces, but not melt them down, because if you melt everything down, then it's just going to be roll dice, flip a coin. Like when is it still an individual game? Right. Yeah. See, that's like, yeah, exactly. I'm not huge into. I like the whole game aspect. I'm not huge into the GM-less games, because
neither am I.
At that point, you're just telling a story.
Yeah, you're just telling a story, which is good for some people.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Like to each his own.
Having the dice.
Yeah,
I like having the dice. I like tables. Obviously you're a big table guy, and those are fun to make. And I think that's what really sold me on, or DCC was my first game, but trying other games that don't have that kind of, crit tables or monster tables or moon tables. That's something that really draws me in.
Just wait.
The randomness.
Just wait until you see all the. So, I took the DCC aspect of crit tables.
Yeah.
And then we call them to the max tables. And then, but every class has its own crit table. So the Brudicorn.
You're a madman.
Yeah.
You are a madman.
Every class has its class flavored to the max chart. Like Deathbringer, Dwarfling, and then you'll love this. This is like right up your alley. So there's 11 official classes with the 12th class is hidden in the book somewhere.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a hidden class in the book. And there's clues.
That is wonderful.
There's clues to it, to like where to find it and stuff, like throughout the book.
What would you say your biggest inspiration for that book?
I would say 80s Games Workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. Like Rogue Trader, like the original Warhammer. There was so the biggest thing for me, which is like, I was just on an interview last night and I was talking about this too. It's there's an 80s solo board game called Chainsaw Warrior.
Really?
Yeah. Here, hold on 1 second. I'll grab it for you.
Go get it.
Yeah.
Go and tell. Chainsaw Warrior. Oh my god. I've never heard of this.
Oh, yeah, Chainsaw Warrior. So they actually made an app of it, so you can play it like on your like Apple. I know I had it on my iPad, but I don't know if like. But yeah, so Chainsaw Warrior, you got 60 minutes to save New York, right? So like the board, you put the board out, and then you have all your equipment and stuff, and then it takes place. You have literally 60 minutes. Like every time you do something, costs a minute. You got 60 turns to get through essentially the Twin Towers. So there's 2 decks that represent the towers, and then like the bad guy with like the nuke, the year 2032. There's like a terrorist organization takes over Manhattan, and then like at the top of the second tower, like they got like a nuke that you got to go like dispose of. I've never beaten it.
And this is a solo game. So
Yep.
you,
Solo
all right, I
board game.
gotta look this up.
Yeah. So Chainsaw Warrior, aesthetically too, was like huge because like you see how it's got like that grid on
Yes,
everything. Yep. So like everything's black and white and gridded up.
Just get it. You just get it.
Yeah. So like,
The grid. Something as simple as that.
well, yeah, because look, yeah, because that's like, I got it right in the book, the exact grid. Not that one. I had like the artist draw it, but or maybe I did it. I don't remember. So like, if you go to like see like we put the grid right in there with the hairstyles.
That just makes sense, man. That's what it has to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Grid.
So yeah, the grid, like, so like that's huge to us, but like obviously to normal people, they're like, I don't know, like what are they talking about?
Who
Like,
cares about the normal people? You know?
yeah, it's on.
This is us.
Joe Martin says it's on Steam. Levi Combs is in the chat, says +1 for Joey Royale.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, I got to meet him at PAX briefly too. See, you should have came out to PAX.
I know. When was that?
It was December 11th, 12th, 13th, maybe somewhere around there.
This year.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been awesome. But yeah, so yeah, like 80s Games Workshop, Judge Dredd, RoboCop,
Yep.
like, and then like, you know, a little post-apocalyptic, like the Italian post-apocalyptic movies was a huge influence on me.
Name one that I should watch this weekend?
Oh, well, here, look at this. I got the book. This is a whole compendium of every Italian post-apocalyptic movies in here.
What is this called? After the World Ends?
After the World Ends, when post-apocalyptic movies were telling the future. This, and it came, I'd have to dig out my vinyl records, but it came with the soundtrack to,
Get out of here.
I swear to God. And then, I mean, like, look, you got like the full posters, a little like about the production of it, Urban Warriors here. Like, is just a phenomenal book. And you know, it's funny that I did actually like, you want to see something you'll appreciate? I just got this in the mail because somebody on their show was talking about it, so I had to.
Yeah.
While you were talking about
You
it,
got that?
yeah, I went right on Amazon and bought it. I was like, okay. I
Oh,
gotta,
that's great. Yeah, boy, that's quite an elixir right there. When you get that imposter syndrome or that writer's block, that really helps out. Oh, that's cool.
yeah. Here's another.
We
good
got to
one.
do this more often, man.
This
We got
is
to take this show on the road.
this is yeah, oh, absolutely. This is another good book. This is the computer RPG book. So it's like
Really?
it's thick, and this is a compendium of like every computer RPG like ever made. Like there's some
How
like
far does it? Was it like talking Apple IIe or most?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah.
it's like so it starts in 75 to 79.
Oh my god.
It comes all the way up to 2014.
There are others like us out there.
Oh yeah, I mean look at this. You'll appreciate this. The table of contents is like an overworld map.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this was pricey. This is like $70 or something.
Yeah, that looks like a pricey book right there.
Yeah, but it was worth it. Like all the inspiration you can
What?
get, like just from like that like pixelated art.
Yeah.
I have yet to.
That's a beautiful thing.
Unfortunately, I have yet to like really crack it as much as I want. It's just sitting over here in my pile of stuff, in my treasure hoard.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah,
You know
thanks.
that makes life worth living sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. So,
Our mini museums.
yep. So Joe Martin said 2019 After the Fall of New York. That is my favorite post-apocalyptic Italian movie, or New Barbarians. Yeah. So it's so funny because like I was on the Red Room like RPG interview
Yep.
last night, and I talked about 2019 After the Fall of New York, how they have like so it's after like obviously like a nuclear bomb, and then they start panning across like New York City, but it's like all models, Like they got like the
Yeah.
water and it's got that full model. It's like impressive how good it looks. And like, I mean, I'm a huge like Italian cinema fan.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
So I mean, like Fulci, like Dario Argento and everything.
Yeah,
Like,
so,
yeah. So like, so then when they started doing, like when I found the post-apocalyptic Italian ones, it was like sign me up. Like, this is great.
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing after the show. After I tuck the kids in, I'm putting on something.
Oh yeah, After the Fall of New York. That's like, oh, that's my book. That's not After the World Ends.
After the fall of
Yeah,
2019.
19.
After the fall of New York.
I think it's 1990. After the Fall of New York.
That's what Joe recommended too.
I recommend that one as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Obviously, it's in here somewhere. This is like chronological. I haven't really even got to look at this one that much either. This was I ended up kickstarting this one. Yeah, Escape from New York they have in here too. So it's not all.
Sure.
It's not
Yeah.
all like Italian. You got to have Escape from New York. Like that's a huge influence as
Yeah,
well.
of course.
Yeah.
And the music behind
Oh, yeah.
all of the the synth stuff.
Yes. Oh yeah. 1990. The Bronx Warriors is a good one. After the Fall of New York. Yeah, 2019. You were right. 2019 After the Fall of New York.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
'cause
check that.
there's
one out.
like the
Unbelievable.
yeah. Another
In all of
good.
its glory.
Oh yeah. Could you imagine? Oh yeah, Hands of Steel is really good too. But could you imagine having these posters like that?
I know.
Oh, incredible, incredible stuff.
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. So like
Awesome.
another good one to watch is America 3000. Like
All right. Great.
you're gonna love America 3000. I'm not even gonna tell you anything about it.
I'm writing all this stuff down. This has been a great education tonight.
So yeah, well, there's something else I was gonna say, but I don't remember. But yeah,
We got to do this again, man.
Oh yeah,
Your dad.
yeah, absolutely.
There's so much to explore.
Yeah.
We've only hit the tip of the iceberg. This
Yeah.
is just feeling each other out. This is our first date. Feeling
Yeah.
each other out a little bit.
It's just like a shotgun blast to the wall. See what sticks.
Yeah. It's like, hey, remember the VHS tags? Do you have those in your neighborhood too? It's like, never met you before, but we knew exactly what we were talking about right away.
Yeah, because but do you still think about those tags to this day though, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so do
Absolutely.
I. So do I. So like that's what's and then they had like the little screw-in like hooks.
Yeah, the little eye hooks.
Yeah, little eye hooks. Yep, with the little tags.
These people, there was no business model for this stuff back then. Like, what are we going to do? We're not selling anything. We're giving people something and we're trusting them to bring it back. Put it up on the wall. Let me go. I love that, going back to the secret. Oh, yes, let me check here. And it was magical. You had to work for it. You couldn't just press a button and play.
Yeah, he says also Hell Comes to Frogtown. You've seen that one?
Yeah, that's with Piper.
Yep. That actually I have it on VHS. That's like one of my favorites.
Wow, that's great.
There's a couple sequels to it too.
Really?
Yeah, so like no, it's the guy I can't remember his name. I was just talking about him. He's in a bunch of I'm not even gonna look him up. He's in a bunch of 80s stuff. He's got that huge chin.
Oh, okay. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's like usually like a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays the Hell character because like of course the guy's last name's Hell in it.
Yeah. Classics.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Well, I look forward to getting this in the mail, and maybe that's what we can talk about next time. I'll receive.
Yeah, we could do that.
You get WHPA, and we'll light a fire again.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll definitely
Awesome.
we'll go. Yeah, so by that time we'll have each other's books. We'll deep dive into them, poke each other's brains.
Excellent.
Yeah, sounds good.
I really appreciate this opportunity, man, and you're an immediate friend, so thank you very
Oh,
much.
no problem. Thank you for coming on such short notice too. I saw the pizza party and I said I gotta get him. We gotta talk.
We got pizza, raviolis. We got the whole Sunday dinner getting ready.
Yeah, totally. Let's let me just check chat real quick. Yep. Everyone say great show. Yep. Tomb of the Blind Dead. Yep. So anything else you want to tell the people real quick before we sign off?
Well, just I like you said, I'm not on Facebook, but you can find me on Instagram, get_haunted_industries. and that's where you can get in touch with me. Ninja City and Darkest Dice and one of us are on the Goodman Games website. They have some stock of that. And if anybody's interested in joining the Fairhaven 99, which is the secret cool kids club for WHPA, I'm selling WHPA. Just PayPal $10. You get this, and then every month you get something in the mail. So it's a little club that I do for fun to build this town together. And I don't know, you'll get it in your January one, but I'll just spill the beans a little bit. In the January mailing, along with the little adventure hook, there's a flyer for Stars Across Fairhaven, which will just be, I don't know, I'm going to start a Zoom at the end of February, one Saturday night, and say, whoever has a copy, just jump on, introduce yourself to each other, shoot the breeze, talk about any adventures you have ran, talk about local legends from your neighborhood, the local boogeymen that you grew up with, and just, talk and start a little community,
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Cool.
All right, yep. So Joey is an official Neon Maniac now, so he's part of the crew. So definitely.
Thanks, man.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
I have to get it. I think that I might have to get some sort of Neon Lords tattoo coming up.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah,
really
definitely.
get branded. But
Yeah.
Thanks, man. You're doing awesome stuff.
Absolutely. Okay, chat. It's nice to see you guys. We'll see you later. And